Hey guys, and welcome! Today I finally have some Battlefield news for you again. They were pretty rare lately since there was nothing to talk about, but it seems like the drought is slowly ending and there is light at the end of the Redox tunnel, and it doesn't look like it's the train. Cause after a few leaks here and there, we finally got the first official teaser for the upcoming Season 6 of Battlefield 2042, and that's something that leads us to the location of the new map. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Yesterday, some members of the Easter egg community have found posters on different maps like Breakaway, Orbital and Discarded, and these posters show a picture of a person and the header says Mia, which means missing in action. The lower line says last seen on and then the name of the map where the poster can be found, in this case Breakaway. So apparently someone's searching for their loved ones or people that were reported missing, at least that's what the poster suggests. But there's also this little QR code in the bottom left corner, and this makes the whole thing a lot more interesting. Cause when you scan it, you come to the website of the so-called Notepad Recovery Initiative, or short NRI. If you don't want to scan the code, you can also find the link to the website in the description below the video. The program is run by Archangel, a company we know from the last mid-season event, and they initiated it to find missing notepads all across the world. At least that's what's written on the first page of the website where the initiative is described. Furthermore, it says that Archangel will assist in recovering and identifying these individuals, and that they are working closely with governments, soldiers and families to find them. Down at the bottom in the last sentence it also says, and for all our notepads out there on the battlefield, keep both eyes open for evidence of the missing. Let's find our soldiers and bring them home. So I think that's a hint to these posters and that they can be found on all available maps. But there's more to this website. On the second tab that's named Alpha, we can find a satellite image, and that seems to show a glimpse of the new map, cause alongside of it we can find coordinates, and when looking them up on Google Maps, it takes us to a Scottish island called Borray. The island itself doesn't look like the most exciting place and seems deserted with only a few houses over here and several ruins, probably of former civilizations. However, the satellite image on the website gives us one more little detail, and that's hidden below these redacted lines here. And even though there are only a few parts of the letters sticking out, the Battlefield Easter egg community has been working hard on this, and it looks like the top line says underground facility, which would fit pretty well. Not only to the few lines of the letters, but also to the details of the Season 6 narrative we already have. Cause a few weeks back we got this leak to two player card backgrounds and their descriptions, and the first one clearly shows an underground database, maybe of a high-tech facility or a military base, or of some kind of laboratory. And the text of the card hints towards an organization called Boreas, who was once connected to Nordvik, the company we know from Season 3. But now they are responsible for a program called Warriors Reborn, and here heavily injured soldiers get prosthetics or even neural links, which restores many of them to full operational capacity again. And what I just realized while writing the script is that the island in Scotland called Borray and the company called Boreas have very similar sounding names. So the name of the island is either only a hint towards the narrative, or the new map is indeed located on this island and we will fight at their underground base or laboratory. I mean, what would be a better place to hide a secret laboratory or facility than a deserted island? And the company might have selected this specific location because of the similar sounding name, or they started something on this island and then came up with a name for the company. Probably a bit like the chicken and egg thing. However, the second card then shows another part of this place, and at first glance it looks like a biodome with the hexagonal structures on the roof, the diffuse light coming in and the trees and branches around it. But when looking at the text, it seems like the sky is not real and it's only a simulation of the outside. It also describes experiments and surgeries being done on wounded soldiers, and it seems like the company is not very gentle with the test subjects. And all of this perfectly fits together in my opinion. Archangel looking for lost and wounded soldiers to recover, and Boreas with their program trying to restore their operational capacity with technology. It just seems questionable if all patients really want these procedures done. We also know that the player cards themselves are part of the next Easter egg alongside a new weapon charm and a weapon skin for the BFP50, but we don't know yet when the Easter egg will go live and what needs to be done to unlock all of the rewards. But it's surely only a matter of days until the hunt starts and we get more teasers and details to Season 6. However, if you want to take a look at the posters yourself and puzzle all of the pieces together, you can find one on Breakaway inside of this container house on Objective B1 and another poster on Orbital behind the launch pad of the rocket towards the water. It's a bit hidden behind the bush on the right, but when you know where to look for it, you'll find it. There are also many more of them on other maps like I mentioned before, and if you want to check out all of them, you can find a link to a gallery in the description below as well. Now, one last thing to go over, or actually to check again based on the new information, is the leaked map screenshot we also got a few weeks ago. This was shared on Reddit and I talked about it in a video back then, but I didn't really know how to interpret it. It simply shows a snippet of a Battlefield 2042 map in a very early state and in a small game mode, and it doesn't have any textures yet, which is why it looks all grey and somewhat cartoonish. And back then I said that there are different options as to what this could be. Either a part of the Season 6 map, but then it needs to be a very old screenshot because by the time the picture was posted, the map was surely on playtesting already with textures and the almost final look, or a map they are currently working on and it will come at any time during or after Season 6, or it's a very old screenshot of a map we already have and we just don't recognize it because of the missing textures and layout, or it's a map that was already scrapped because during playtesting they found that it doesn't play well. These were the options I've discussed back then. But looking at the screenshot now, knowing about the possible location of the new map and the satellite image of the island, I don't think it really fits into Season 6. First of all, it's far too green and too inhabited, and secondly, it doesn't look anything like Boré or like the top of a secret underground facility. Besides this, the short teaser we got during the last development update doesn't fit this snippet as well, cause here we saw more corridors in red light, objects on the right hand side that look like hospital beds, and this dark and desolated jungle part that also doesn't look like this leaked screenshot. Even with a lot of imagination, I can't find the teased Season 6 location in there. So I don't know what this is, but I don't think it's connected to the new map in any way. And that's it for today. This is all the information we have at the moment, but I'm sure there's more to come pretty soon. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more Battlefield 2042 updates. Until then, thanks for watching and thanks to my members for the additional support. I'm Catwoman and you are awesome.